What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I put together a very special build for y'all. Now, I'm going to be calling this one the 3-level point forward, and it's actually going to come out to a 3-level threat. Now, out of all NBA players, this one today is going to be reminding me of Nuggets star Michael Porter Jr. Now, it also does give me a reminder of Kevin Durant. They're both very similar players. And as far as for attributes, when it comes to these ones today, we'll get a 99 plus put towards our driving layup, driving dunk, mid-range shot, three-pointer, stamina, and possibly our perimeter defense and offensive rebound. Now, we're going to be able to get most of the upgraded layup packages. Definitely going to be able to unlock contact dunks with most of the pro dribble animations. Now, we'll also get a total of 58 badges. And this is really a demigod build when it comes to this build on next gen. We're elite in the finishing, definitely elite in the shooting, and the defensive area is elite as well. The playmaking for this build, I will say, is more than enough if you know how to dribble. The physicals are definitely going to allow you to get away with a lot of things because of how balanced our main attributes are. Now, this is really an all-around build for anybody at any skill level, and you can find success with it in any game mode. So look, before we get any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So the first thing that you want to do is put this build under the small forward position. Let's put the height up to 6'10". With the weight, I'm going to drop this to 223 with the wingspan of 6'11". Now, this is only going to open up the floor much more for the shooting and definitely going to allow us to do a lot with the defense. So let's go ahead and first get started when it comes to our physicals. So as for the speed, I'm going to go ahead and put this up to a 75. Moving into the acceleration, let's go with a 65. And then for that strength, I'm going to go with a 74. Now, moving into the vertical, I like this best at a 75. And then for that stamina, make sure you go with a 96. Now, once you get the 4 stars from your Gatorade facility workouts, the 4 stars means you get a +4 put towards your physicals. So we'll have a 99 speed on this build, 79 vertical, 78 strength, 69 acceleration with a 79 speed. Now, for this build, you're very balanced on the physicals once you take that into account. Now, let's go ahead and get started with the finishing. So, as you can see, when it comes to this end of the floor, put that close shot all the way up to a 71. As for the driving layup, I'm going to go with a 91. And then for the driving dunk, for contact dunks, put this up to an 87. Now, right there, we do have them unlocked. And then for the standing dunk, I'm going to leave this as is. Very special when it comes to this side of the ball. Now from here, let's go ahead and move into the defensive end. So for that interior, I like this best at a 58. Moving into the perimeter, I'm going to go ahead and put this up to an 82. Now for the steal, I like this best at a 72, with the block being all the way brought up to a 78. Now moving into the offensive rebound, I'm going to put this to an 83. And then for that defensive rebound, let's go ahead and leave this at a 68. It really comes down to if you want to change these, but I really do think that this is going to be the best way to go about this build, especially when it comes down to playing the ones. Now, you can really take this build into any game mode, which is why I'm bringing that to y'all today. But overall, I think this has got to be one of my favorite builds, only because we're able to do a lot of things on the offense and the defensive side. So let's go ahead and get started with the shooting. So as for that mid-range shot, I'm going to go ahead and put this up to a 90. Moving into the three-pointer, I'm going to put this up to an 85. And then for that free throw, let's go with a 74. Now as you can see, we get a lot of special badges unlocked for all of these tiers that I've already gone over, and I promise to make sure that we go into detail once we complete this build. So as for the playmaking, put that pass accuracy up to a 75. Moving into the ball handle, I'm going to go with the 75 here as well. And then for that speed with ball, I like this best at a 69. Now this is what the build is going to be looking like once we max it out completely. Now if you want to, feel free to make your own changes and adjustments, but I do believe that this is a demigod based off what you have seen from the gameplay as well as these attributes. We get the contact dunks, going to be able to shoot anywhere from at any time, and especially from deep range. And then for the playmaking, you have a lot of animations unlockable. Then for the defensive end, I think these numbers are going to be more than enough to be effective in any type of game mode and setting. So as for the badges, the ones that I like most are going to be Fast Twitch. We also get Gold Fearless Finisher. Then from there, Hall of Fame Pro Touch, Giant Slayer, Silver Whistle. Then also we get a lot of Hall of Fame badges right here. I like also Acrobat on the Hall of Fame tier, Gold Aerial Wizard with Bunny. Then we get Two Step, Float Game, Giant Slayer with Scooper, and Spin Cycle. Also going to be able to get Posterizer. And then for the shooting, I like badges like Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Deadeye, Green Machine. Then we get Gold Guard Up, Hall of Fame Open Looks, Comeback Kid, Gold Mini Magician with Space Crater and Spot Finder. Now for the 3-pointer, for the badges here, we're going to get Gold Corner Specialist. Limitless Range is definitely going to open up the floor for this build. Also same thing can be said for Agent 3. Then you get Claymore. Also going to be able to apply some of the badges from the mid-range here. I think this is one of the best builds to use in any type of game mode, especially in the ones. Now I do like 3 points at least on the bronze tier. Now for the playmaking, you get Silver Break Starter, Dimer, Post Playmaker, Relay Passer, Touch Passer, and Special Delivery on the silver tier. For the playmaking on the ball handle side, as you can see, we get Unpluckable. Big Driver on the Hall of Fame tier with Gold Physical Handles is definitely going to set this build apart from most bigs. Now we also get handles for days, blow by, killer combos with triple strike, and then for the speed with ball, a little bit more of the same. I think honestly what makes this build very special is this combination of badges right here. Big Driver, physical handles, two of the best badges to use for a big man, and especially at this height, it's only going to make you a lot better and move much more smoother. Now for the defensive end, we get Silver Workhorse. For that perimeter, I like Silver Challenger, ankle braces, off-ball pass with Pick Dodger. Then for the steal, we get Bronze Glove, Interceptor, Right Stick Ripper. For that block, I like Takedown Artist on the silver tier, Pogo Stick, and then for the rebounding, Box Out Beast, Rebound Chaser. This build, I think it's one of my favorites that I've brought to y'all. Definitely does give me reminders of Kevin Durant, but if you look at MPJ today, I'm telling y'all, this is going to be the best and exact build that you can make when it comes down to it. So I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this build today. Is there anything that you would possibly do to make it even better? Now for those of y'all who made it to the very end, God bless every single one of you. Let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correctly. And if you did so, we should be able to get these 3 different comparisons. Michael Porter Jr. of course being one, and as y'all can see together, we have created the 3-level point forward build in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now if you add into account activating your takeover, buying boost, wearing gear, as well as playing well throughout each game, you'll get a minor boost, and take that into account with adding at least a plus 10 to 15 put towards your attributes. A lot to look forward to when it comes to this archetype. Again, thank y'all so much for the support. More so than anything, thank the man above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.